Hey everybody, Michael here from Replica Airguns. I've got my Barra 1866 lever action dual CO2 .22 caliber pellet rifle. And today we're going to find out how it performs here in the C-Can in terms of velocity and in terms of accuracy. So we're going to shoot 5 rounds through the chronograph, average that out for you. Then we're going to shoot 10 rounds into the target. Hopefully I don't lose any rounds because these are going to be ejecting all over the place. I only got 10 rounds, so hopefully I can keep all 10 after my first 5 chrony testings. Now, if you're interested in more detailed information, specifications, closer up video, check out my tabletop video where I go into more of that information. So check it out. I'll have made it pretty recently. So if you're interested in this gun, we do sell it in both our Canada and our US stores. Should be in the US store. It isn't, basically it's a Barra product. I'm pretty sure we have some of those items there. If not, hopefully in the future, but for sure we do have it in Canada here because it fits into our importation laws. So just because it shoots under 500 feet per second. So let's get right to it. We got one in there now. We're gonna just get the chronograph all set up, ready to go here. And we got feet per second on the screen. Okay, so I've already put 1 round through here just to make sure these pellets cycle okay. And we're just gonna pop one in there. You gotta really hold that lever up to the stocker. Shoot. Wow, 411. I'm gonna keep that one because it fell on my lap. That way I don't have to chase around for it. 400. Oh, okay, that one's on the ground, but I can get it later. 2, 400. Dropping a little bit. That one, I'll have to search for it. One more here. Hold that nice and tight. 381, right on my groin. Good place for it. And now it's on the ground. And one more, 370. So it did drop a little bit, but they're getting down there pretty good. And these are, by the way, they're about 15.5, 16 grain lead pellets. They're not alloy pellets, so they're heavier. They're not the heaviest of 22 caliber, but they're right in the middle. So they've got a little punch. They're about double the grain of what you'd find in a .177. So traveling at 370, there's quite a bit of energy going down range, and that's what we're kind of looking for with these .22 caliber pellet rifles. So if you hit something down range, it's gonna be carrying some energy. So anyways, let's set up a paper target. If I can find all the rounds, we're gonna shoot 10 rounds into that paper target and see what kind of accuracy we get. We're back, and I did find all the rounds. I had to crawl around a little bit underneath my chair back here. Had a nice long arm that I could reach back there and grab that one. Of course, it's always gotta go as far away from you, underneath, as deep back that they can. That's the way things are when you drop them. Murphy's Law. But I have 10 rounds. One's already in the chamber because I had to eject a round to get that last BB in or pellet in there. So let's see. I'm going to just kind of rest my hand on the sandbag. Let's see if we can get some. I'm not even sure if I like. Well, we'll see. Hopefully we're in the right zone for this. If not, I'm going to play around with some adjustments. We'll see if this is close. I'm aiming. It feels like I'm going to be. No, it should be good. Okay, so let's get one in there. All right, no worries. Yeah, it's good enough. It's just a little bit high. Can deal with that. Yeah, getting a nice grouping so far. Well, it's looking good to me. That one seemed to go up a little bit. Could have been me. We're getting a really nice grouping though, left to right here. Another one in there. Still got another one. One more. And that's it. Seems like it's never ending with the lever action. We'll have to do some hunting for those shells. Yeah, I like that. I like what I see. I think it was a little tough with this sight, just the way that this sight is. It's hard to see the bottom of it, so I might have been kind of lifting it and moving it around up and down. just by the way I was sighting. Now there are other options. You do have these other options here, but that's going to shoot better for downrange, longer distances. This bottom lower position here is more for close range. Pop that up, you have a mid and a high point for different ranges. And just the way that groove is down there, it's hard to see, especially with my eyes. I don't see very close very well, so I'm kind of more focusing on the tip. I can't really see this as well, so I have to kind of guess where that is. But wow, left to right, it was right in there within an inch. Up and down, I'm going to say about 2 inches. Definitely nice. I think this gun could easily shoot a 1-inch group all day long if you get used to it. You know, especially if you put a little red dot on here, some sort of red dot, right, on this nice Picatinny rail. That would work nicely, and it would just help you, especially with my kind of older eyes, to see everything. It would work fantastic. Now, cycling this gun, it worked perfectly. I was using more of a flathead pellet, you know, not a round pellet. So sometimes flathead pellets, when you're chambering rounds, they got to go from one shell to the barrel. They're not going in the barrel. You're actually having to, they're going from the shell to the barrel. Sometimes you can have little issues with those rounds not lining up properly or whatever. But this gun performed perfectly. So I'm sure Barra, you know, they did spend some time making sure this gun came out right. And you can really tell this gun is working flawlessly again. Cycling shells, you know, cycling pellets into the barrel, all of that. Even with a flat-nosed pellet, it worked perfectly. All right, really enjoyed this gun. I, you know, would highly recommend this one, especially if you're into lever actions, which I am. Other than having to hunt around for those shells, buy some more shells. It's going to be a lot of fun. You know, you definitely want to make sure where you're shooting it, you can find those shells. Don't want to be shooting in high grass. Okay, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Also check us out at replicairguns.ca and replicairguns.us, where we have air guns, BB guns, airsoft guns, pellet guns, blank guns, and other accessories. Until next time, take care.